Hi everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com with our regular What's Better, the movie or the poster. And this is what we're looking at today. Sphere, from the best-selling author of Jurassic Park and Lost World. Obviously, it's based on a Michael Crichton book, obviously, from there. Not the most exciting poster initially, so I'll have a quick look at that again in a little while. Let's tell you a little bit about Sphere. It's from 1998. It was 2 hours and 14 minutes. It was an American science fiction psychological thriller film directed and produced by Barry Levinson and starring Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone and Samuel L. Jackson, which, it has to score a point for having those three on the poster, doesn't it? And they're even in the right order, aren't they? Look, Hoffman, Stone, Jackson. That didn't always happen. That was obviously that was never a regular thing with posters. Sometimes in the wrong order with the characters underneath. It was based on the 1987 novel of the same name by Michael Crichton, and the film was released on February the 13th in the United States and a similar time in other territories. What's it about? Well, it's 1,000 feet below the ocean. The Navy divers discover an object half a mile long. A crack team of scientists are deployed to the site in deep sea habitats. What they find boggles the mind as they discover a perfect metal sphere. What is the secret behind the sphere? Will they survive the mysterious manifestations? Who or what is creating these? They may never live to find out. So there you go. How much did it cost? Well, it was at an 80 million budget. And the box office, it only took 50 million back. So it was classed as a pretty bad flop, to be honest with you. It lost 30 million on its box office, obviously, from an 80 million budget, only taking 50 million back. Was it that bad? Well, let's have a look at what different sites said. On Rotten Tomatoes, and the film had an approval rating of just 12%. That's 12% based on 51 reviews. But it had an average score of 4 out of 10, which wasn't quite as bad. And the site's critical consensus stated, Sphere features an A-level cast working with B-grade material, with the story seen previously in superior science fiction films. And the Metascore, the critics rating through Internet Movie Database, they again, very similar, 3.5 out of 10, with critics rating it anywhere between 3 out of 10 and 6 out of 10 being the highest. One of the lowest was Newsweek, and their critique of the film was, with the talent involved in Sphere, director Barry Levinson, novelist Michael Crichton, and actors Hoffman, Jackson and Sharon Stone, how could it fail? ? Somehow it does, and they scored it 3 out of 10. A bit more complimentary, the New York Times' Elvis Mitchell critiqued and said, while this is no quick-witted treat on a par with Mr. Levinson's Wag the Dog, totally different sort of film, but obviously the same director, it's a solid thriller with showy scientific overtones. And he gave it a 6 out of 10. And the Internet Movie Database rating, Joe Public, they were a little bit more forgiving as well. So even though it wasn't reflected in the box office takings, it did receive an average of 6.1 out of 10. I've gone back and watched this MGN review. At the time in the video shop I had, I think it did okay for a science fiction sort of thriller. I think it rented okay. It's and obviously then it would have come out to buy, and I think probably sold a few copies as well. But it was interesting because with the arrival of Underwater now back on our screens, it was interesting to go back and give this 90s sci-fi thriller a rewatch. It was a great cast. I found the first half of the film built the tension really nicely, but the second half all went a little bit samey. Not a total letdown, but it probably would have been so much better with about 30 minutes knocked off the overall length of the film, which you still could have had a film about 1 hour 45 minutes. I think it would have been a lot better. I mean, the ending was okay. It wasn't too much of a cop-out. It did feel a bit rushed, and you're left with a bit of a anticlimactic feel to it, although it did have an end, which I say a lot of these films, sometimes the endings totally ruin it, but it did have a start, a middle and an end, so I can give it credit for that. I think it's definitely worth a look if you've never seen Sphere. I think it's definitely seeking it out on on obviously a streaming site. I wouldn't, don't go mad paying too much for it. Or if you can pick up you can probably pick copies of this up for in the UK for probably 50p at various CEX stores, and in America I'm sure you can pick this up for 25-50 cents and have a watch. It's not bad if you've never seen it. I wouldn't put you off watching it, and that sort of falls in line with my overall rating of the film of 6 out of 10, which is, as you know, if you watch my film reviews, is my watchable score, 6 out of 10. So yeah, I wouldn't put you any off that. What about the poster? Interesting Warner Brothers, isn't it? A little bit of the sphere, like a building there, the sphere. I think the fact of having the actors on gives it an extra score, doesn't it? But it's not the most exciting poster, is it? I mean, I don't think I can't rate it less than the basic 6, I don't think. But then I can't go mad and rate it too much higher as well. So I think today we're going to say the movie 6 scores 6, and I think the poster scores 6. I think I'm going to go for a draw again today. I'm going to sit on the fence and go for a draw on this one today. Let me know what you think anyway. And if you do get to rewatch, or you've watched it before and fancy, as I said, I have watched Sphere a couple of times before, but it was interesting to go back and watch. As I said, it's just a bit too long and a bit drawn out. It would have been a far better film if it did not half an hour. Sharon Stone's okay. She's not the greatest, not a greatest performance in this, I don't think. But obviously, it was always worth watching Hoffman and Samuel Jackson, isn't it? At any time. So yeah, I wouldn't put you off there. And if you've not seen it, you like if you don't like science fiction, forget it. If you don't like science fiction thrillers, it's not your genre, then please, I wouldn't recommend it as a thriller as such. It's okay, but it is more science fiction than an action thriller or a thriller of any sort. Anyway, that's a draw today, another draw. Hope you enjoyed this. Please, I've done more of these, as you know, these movie poster battles. So please check those out in the playlists, and if you can push the old subscribe button, that'd be great. If you're not already subscribed, and obviously push the bell notifications so you know these little specials. And obviously I do movie reviews, board game reviews, etc. as well. So just have a look in the playlist below, and all the links are below to all my stuff. So if anything's of interest to you, please check that out. Follow me on Twitter at nostalgia_movie. And I'm on Facebook with Bernard Deneen with links to moviegamenostalgia.com, my website for DVDs, posters, and board games. If you can find a little bit of time to have a look on there, have a nosy around. I've got plenty of posts. This is available on the website, moviegamenostalgia.com. Very reasonably priced. Got plenty of copies. And say it's a nice film, nice for memories, and it's a great film with those actors, isn't it? As well, and it's a normal A2 size. It's 23 by 17 inch, which is the bog standard. So absolutely superb for sticking a frame around and putting on your wall. And if you like me, have little posters on the wall. I love having. I've got the benefit I can change them every now and then as well, because I can just swap and change, which is absolutely fantastic. But please, that's on the moviegamenostalgia.com website. You can get hold of that poster. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today. Whatever you're going to do with the rest of the day, have a good one. Look after yourself, look after your friends, more importantly, look after your family. And hopefully you join me for something similar again, another one of these, or one of my reviews, or special things I do. Please join me again very soon. It's been a pleasure. This is Bernard Deneen saying goodbye.